to Grounded is the New Sexy, the podcast where we flip the script on what it means to truly be attractive in today's world. Here, we believe that true beauty comes from within, and that cultivating a strong, centered inner world is the key to feeling free, empowered, and fully alive. So settle in, take a deep breath, and let's redefine what makes you shine from the inside out. Welcome, beautiful, to another episode of Grounded is the New Sexy. I'm Christy Little, and today I want to invite you into a sacred conversation about something deeply personal and incredibly powerful: honoring your energy. So before we begin, let's pause together. Close your eyes if you're in a good place to do so. Take a deep breath in through your nose and hold. Exhale slowly through your mouth. And let's take one more. Inhale. Hold. And exhale. With each breath, feel yourself arriving more fully into this moment. This is your time, your space, your invitation to reconnect with yourself. Today, we're diving deep into what it truly means to honor your energy, how to recognize when you're out of alignment, and how to reclaim your energetic space. And then also how to embody a way of being that supports your highest expansion. Because here's the truth: your energy is sacred. Your energy is currency. Your energy is the foundation upon which you build your entire reality. And yet, so many of us give it away without awareness, without boundaries, without reverence. So today I want to bring you back home to your own energetic sovereignty. Let's start with a story. There was a woman named Maya. She was the kind of person who always was there for others. If a friend needed help, she dropped everything. If her boss added extra work, she said yes, even when she was exhausted. If a family member needed emotional support, she absorbed their pain like it was her own. And Maya was running on empty. She had constant fatigue. She told herself it was normal. She felt drained, but assumed she just needed more sleep. She didn't realize that her exhaustion wasn't physical, it was energetic. And one day, she met someone who changed everything. A mentor looked at her and said, "You are treating your energy like an unlimited resource, but it's not. It's the most valuable thing you own, and if you don't honor it, it will start to disappear." And that was the moment Maya finally understood. Her exhaustion wasn't just about doing too much, it was about being out of alignment with what she was meant to hold. Does this sound familiar? How often do you ignore the whispers of your own energy? How often do you push past the exhaustion, the heaviness, the knowing that something is off? We live in a world that teaches us to prioritize productivity over presence, to give more than we receive, to pour into others while leaving ourselves empty. What if the way to honor your energy is the way you honor your life? Let's pause and check in. Here are some ways to recognize when you are out of alignment with your energy. You feel constantly drained, even after resting. You have a hard time saying no, even when you need to. You feel resentment towards people you love but don't understand why. You engage in conversations that leave you feeling heavy or exhausted. You struggle to feel joy, ease, or inspiration. These are signs that your energy is leaking, being depleted, or misaligned. But the good news, you have the power to shift it. Before you can shift your energy, you have to understand where it's going. So let's take an energy audit. Grab a journal and make 2 columns. On one side, write down the people, activities, and environments that feel energizing to you. On the other side, write down the ones that feel draining. Now look at the second column and ask yourself, what can I release? What can I shift? Sometimes honoring your energy isn't about doing more, it's about doing less of what isn't aligned. One of the most powerful ways to honor your energy is by learning to say no without guilt, without over explaining, without shrinking yourself to make others uncomfortable. But why does saying no feel so hard? There are many reasons why we struggle saying no, and often these reasons are tied to unconscious conditioning or past experiences and deeply held beliefs. Here are some of the most common ones. We have a fear of disappointing others because we were raised maybe to believe that being helpful, accommodating, and agreeable makes us good people. I always wanted to be a good girl. And when we say no, we fear letting others down or making them unhappy. So ask yourself, do I associate saying no with being selfish or unkind? We might feel the need for approval. If we learned that love and acceptance were given when we pleased others, saying no can feel like a threat to our belonging. We might worry that people will like us less or withdraw their affection if we set boundaries. So ask yourself, do I say yes out of a desire to be liked or accepted? It might come from guilt or obligation. Because for many people, especially empaths and healers, we feel responsible for others' well being. And saying no might bring up guilt as if we're failing in our duty to support or care for someone. So, for this, ask yourself, do I feel responsible for other people's emotions or experiences? There might be a fear of conflict. Some of us avoid saying no because we fear confrontation or tension. I'm raising my hand big time on this one. If we grew up in environments where conflict was unsafe or unpredictable, we may have learned to keep the peace at our own expense. So ask, am I afraid of how people will react if I say no? We might have a self worth that's tied to productivity. Another big one I'm raising my hand on, because society often glorifies us being busy, productive, and self sacrificing. And we might even feel that our worth is measured by how much we do for others. So, for this, ask, do I equate my value with how much I give or do? Now, let's go deeper. Take a moment to reflect. Think about the last time you wanted to say no to something, but you said yes instead. What were you afraid would happen if you said no? What emotions came up? Was it guilt, anxiety, fear, or just discomfort? And did you feel resentment afterward? Consider your patterns with saying no. Do you struggle most with family, friends, work? Are there specific types of requests that feel hardest to decline? Ask yourself, what belief is keeping me from saying no? If I say no, they won't like me. If I say no, I'm being selfish. If I say no, I'm letting them down. If I say no, I'll lose this opportunity. Once you identify your personal struggle, you can start to reframe it. For example, if your belief is, if I say no, I'm being selfish, reframe it to, saying no is an act of self respect. If saying no feels uncomfortable, start small. Practice low stake no's. Decline an extra task at work that you don't have the capacity for. Say no to a social event if you don't feel aligned with it. Politely decline a favor if you don't have the energy to do so. Use a soft yet firm language. If a direct no feels difficult, ease into it with phrases like, I'd love to help, but I don't have the space for that right now. That sounds great, but I need to honor my energy today. I appreciate the offer, but I'll have to pass. Or just pause before committing. Instead of saying yes automatically, respond with, let me check my schedule and get back to you. I need to sit with this before I decide. I appreciate the invite. Let me feel into it and I'll let you know. This creates space to check in with your energy before making a decision. Saying no is not about rejection, it's about alignment. It's about making sure your yeses are intentional and that your energy is invested in what truly serves you. So I invite you to reflect. Where in your life do you need to start honoring your sacred no? This is your permission slip to choose yourself, trust yourself, honor yourself, because your energy is sacred, and so is your yes. Honoring your energy isn't just about saying no, it's about creating boundaries that protect your well being, protect your time, and your emotional space. But let's start with just a simple truth: boundaries are not walls, they are invitations to deeper, healthier connections. When we hear the word boundaries, we might think of shutting people out or rejecting them. But boundaries are actually an act of self love. They teach others how to interact with us in a way that honors both them and ourselves. Boundaries are the energetic lines that define what we will and will not accept in our lives. They create a framework for how we engage in the world and how we allow the world to engage with us. There are different types of boundaries, and each one plays a role in preserving your energy. Emotional boundaries protect your feelings and ensure that your emotional space is respected. For an example, I'm not available for conversations that feel draining or disrespectful. Time boundaries ensure that your time is valued and spent intentionally. I'm happy to help, but I only have 30 minutes available. Physical boundaries define your personal space and comfort levels. I prefer to hug only close friends and family. Energetic boundaries manage how much energy you give and receive from others. I don't engage in gossip because it lowers my vibration. Work and creative boundaries separate your work, creativity, and personal time to prevent burnout. I don't respond to emails after 6 p.m. Boundaries allow you to interact with the world from a place of wholeness, not depletion. Boundaries are crucial for honoring your energy. When you don't have strong boundaries, your energy becomes leaky. You give more than you have to give, and you absorb more than you are meant to carry. Here's what happens when your boundaries are weak or unclear: you constantly feel exhausted or overwhelmed and drained. You say yes when you really want to say no. You take on other people's emotions as if they were your own. You struggle to find time for yourself because everyone else's needs come first. You feel resentment towards others, even when they don't realize they've crossed a line. On the other hand, when your boundaries are strong, your energy feels steady and protected. You show up for others from a place of fullness, not depletion. You give and receive in a way that feels balanced, and you cultivate relationships that are based on mutual respect. But why does it sometimes feel so hard to set boundaries? Much like saying no, creating boundaries can feel uncomfortable at first. And here's why. We may have a fear of rejection, and we worry that setting boundaries will make people pull away. We've been conditioned to believe that saying yes keeps us loved and accepted. We might be people pleasers. If we grew up prioritizing others' needs over our own, setting boundaries can feel unnatural, and we might feel guilty for putting ourselves first. We might have unclear personal needs. Sometimes we don't even realize what our boundaries are because we've spent so much time ignoring our own needs. If you don't know where your limits are, it's easy for others to cross them. We might have a fear of conflict. If we've learned that speaking up leads to tension or arguments, we may avoid setting boundaries to keep the peace. But real peace comes from honoring yourself, not from avoiding discomfort. We may have cultural or family expectations. Some cultures, families, or work environments expect self sacrifice. And if you've been taught that family always comes first, or that hard work means no rest, it can feel rebellious to create boundaries. But here's the truth: boundaries are an act of self respect, and self respect creates deeper, more authentic relationships. So here's how we can start creating healthy boundaries. Get clear on your needs. Ask yourself, where in my life do I feel the most drained? This is usually a sign that a boundary is needed. Practice small, clear boundaries. You don't have to start with big, bold statements. Just try small shifts. Instead of answering texts immediately, respond when it feels good. Instead of over explaining, simply say, I can't commit to that. Use compassion but firm language. Boundaries don't have to be harsh, they can be loving and direct. I love our talks, but I need to take some time alone today. I appreciate you reaching out, but I don't have the capacity to help right now. We need to release the fear of discomfort. Setting boundaries will feel uncomfortable at first, and that's normal. The more you practice, the more natural it will become. And trust that the right people will stay. The people who truly respect and love you will honor your boundaries. The ones who resist or push back may not be aligned with your highest well being. I invite you to ask yourself, where in my life do I feel the most drained? What boundary do I need to create to protect my energy? How would my life change if I fully honored my own needs? Boundaries are not about shutting people out, they're about choosing yourself first so you can show up fully and authentically. This is your permission to create space, to say no, to protect your energy, because you are worthy of a life that nourishes you, not one that drains you. And your energy is sacred, so honor it. Let's take this deeper into an energy reset practice. So, if you're in a space to do so, find a comfortable position, feel the surface underneath you. Take a deep breath in through your nose, gently holding it at the top, and exhale slowly through your mouth. And let's do that again. Breathe in, feeling your lungs expand, and hold, and release, letting go of any tension in your body. With every inhale, you are welcoming yourself back home. Every exhale, you are softening into your own presence. Now close your eyes. Don't close your eyes if you're driving. And bring your awareness to the center of your chest, your heart space. Imagine a golden light radiating from this space, warm and steady. This light is the essence of your true energy, pure, whole, infinite. As you breathe, feel this light expand. With each exhale, it clears everything away that does not belong to you. Now I want you to call your energy back. Silently or aloud, repeat after me. I call back all of my energy, cleansed and restored. Feel this golden light pulling back all of the energy you have scattered, energy you've given away in conversations, in obligations, in spaces where you've overextended. See it returning to you, purified, as if the universe is gently handing it back. Each last piece back to you. Breathe it in. Let it settle into your heart. Now let's release anything that is not yours to hold. Imagine a soft wind sweeping through your body, moving from your feet up to your crown. This wind carries away any emotions that do not belong to you, any heaviness you've absorbed from others, any expectations, obligations, or burdens that are not yours. As the wind moves through you, see these energies dissolving into the earth, where they are lovingly transmuted back into pure light. Now imagine a protective cocoon of golden energy forming around you. This is your boundary, your sacred space. Nothing enters that is not in alignment with your highest good. Breathe into this knowing. Feel yourself becoming lighter, more centered, more you. And now place your hands gently over your heart. Silently affirm, I honor my energy. I protect my space. I trust myself. When you're ready, take one last deep breath in and hold and exhale slowly. And when you feel ready, gently open your eyes. You are whole. You are safe. You are sovereign. Your energy is yours, and today you have chosen to honor it. This practice can be done anytime you feel drained, scattered, or disconnected, and it's a way to return to yourself, to realign with your highest energy, and to remember you are not here to hold everything. You are not here to give endlessly. You are here to shine in your fullest presence. Your energy is sacred. Your boundaries are sacred. And you, my love, are sacred. Honoring your energy is an act of self-love, self-trust, and self-respect. And it is how you show up for your highest self so that you can show up fully for the world. So this week, I invite you to pay attention to where your energy flows. Say no to anything that feels misaligned. Call your energy back every single day. If this episode resonated with you, share it with someone who needs this message. And if you feel called, leave a review. It helps spread this high vibrational energy to more beautiful souls like you. And if you want to work deeper in this way together, check out in the show description how we can work one-on-one to shift your energy into your highest self so that you can step into this world as the radiant being that you are truly meant to be. If that resonates with you, we can chat further about it. And otherwise, thank you so much for taking this time in presence with me. Until next time, stay grounded, stay present, and remember, grounded is the new sexy. Thank you for joining me on Grounded is the New Sexy. I hope today's episode offered you a moment of clarity, a spark of inspiration, or simply a reminder to be gentle with yourself. True strength and beauty come from within, and every step you take towards grounding yourself and creating inner freedom is a powerful one. If you enjoyed today's conversation, don't forget to subscribe and leave a review. It helps others find the show and join our community. And if you're feeling called to dive deeper, check the show notes to learn about ways we can work together on this journey. Until next time, stay grounded, stay free, and remember, you're exactly where you're meant to be. Take care. I'll see you in the next episode.